Alright, you guys. If you know, you know. Carrier, Weathermaker, 90% efficient furnace, those are always a pain to work on, especially the horizontal, even on verticals. If you have to replace the flame sensor, clean it, or replace the igniter, if you have the pipe behind it, it is a pain. And this is what I'm talking about. This thing right there. In this case, the igniter was right behind that pipe. If you need to replace that igniter, they're a pain on the butt. Sometimes the pipe's on this side, and it's a pain to check that flame sensor. But I got a little trick for you guys if you don't know already. Right there, this little plug, you can take those two screws out. If you have a pie, you can unscrew it and hopefully you can push it out, or you can cut it and just put a plastic coupler. This is just air intake, so you don't have to really glue it together. So take those two screws out and you can take that. That was missing, you took it off, and then after you take it off, look what happened. Now you have plenty of room to check your flame sensor and to take out that igniter. Like right here, igniter crapped out, so I ended up putting a new one. But it was a lot easier to remove it without that whole area out of, in your way. You might have to take the burners off a little bit, but still a lot simpler. Also, speaking of, and this only for Weathermakers, 90% efficient furnace, they have an issue with the heat exchangers. Right there, if you look at your drain lines, these heat exchangers, back when they got built, Carrier thought that in order to preserve the integrity of the heat exchanger, just pause and read that right there. Basically, they put a liner on that heat exchanger. Well, that liner will actually start to deteriorate at a relatively low temperature. So if you ever take the drain right there, right here, this drain right there, and if it looks like it's starting to look like right there, if you look in there, there's going to be plastic shavings. That's from the heat exchanger. That's your telltale sign that the heat exchanger is on its way out. If you have a really high temperature rise, or if you take the blower out and you can look at the secondary heat exchanger right there, and you can see actually water and corrosion coming out from there. That's your sign that that heat exchanger is bad, and due to the age, it might be better to just replace the unit. So stay safe out there, you guys.